sunflowers, all the things. So that'll be a big chunk of income that does not entail us fertilising all the fields all the time. It is going to take a little bit longer to do each of them. We may be able to split up and do some seeding contracts on course play while we're fertilising fields, or yeah, all the things. It's done. Let's collect that. Back off there, and I think we're going back via the road. We've got 605 litres of fertiliser left. That will not cover both of our cornfields, maize fields when we plant them. So we are going to need some more fertiliser at some point. But and also, you know, May comes round, there will be the start of the grass, hay and silage contracts around the map. So that's also more opportunity to make money. So we're kind of at the tail end of there's not a lot to do and not a lot of income to be made. Is this my farm? This is my farm. Can I beat the white car? Indeed. Alrighty. So I think we're going to skip April 3 and April 4. What I might do is we'll check the store sales. We may take out a loan if some piece of equipment comes up that looks like we could make use of. Otherwise, we'll be just skipping through and getting the thing started, the mowing. And we'll drop that off there. And creating that, because I haven't figured out how I'm supposed to unload a spreader into that tank. It's one of the reasons I kind of want a skid steer to do that, or a telehandler. Park that right about there. I guess the other options for the railroad tie thing would be to have the equipment, when you put it on the ground, spawn some railroad ties for it to sit on. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's get out of that. I think it's kind of a thing, but we're at 72%. It's 3,000 to fix that, and I won't remember to do it if I don't do it now. No. No. Yes. So yeah, it's a little bit, I shouldn't be picking this up and pouring it into there. I should be able to empty it, but I can't, so I don't. Do a quick check on the store. So we still have cotton harvester, absolutely no use to us. Valtra A was already there, the Axion was the last thing. And now we have a poop wagon, 21,000 litres. Okay, no problem. Sleep. Ha ha ha. Now, I've drunk all my water, I've drunk all my tea. And I got a couple of sips of Mountain Dew left, so... Okay. Great demand at exports. I have nothing in demand. So, new stuff. We got up to that. There's a side mower. There's a Kubota thing. That's cheap. Is that the 4-seater? Indeed it is. Capacity 280 or a 3 point or 1,000. Ah. Oh, you take out the back seat so you can get 1,000. That's nice. Design 1, design 2, design 3. Design 3, design 2, design 1. So you either get crash bar or a tow hitch, tow rope thing. Okay, well, whatever. Not buying that. There's a thing. That's cool. Kind of like that. The ability to ship stuff in a grain tanker. And that's German. So can use that in Europe. Oh, actually. Design none. Tread plating. Oh, I see. Rivets. Tread plate. None. Capacity standard. 50,000, 40,000, 30,000. Yeah. It's the thing. We could get a semi-trailer for one of those. Good to know. Might make use of that later. That's going to be a hoe. That's going to be a chipper. That's going to be a 12 or 22,000 litre trailer. I don't need one because we have the green one. That's a potato harvest. I don't want one of those. That's huge. And that's the big body. That's the 37,000. That would make an awesome forage wagon for the dude that does the stuff. Doesn't get cheaper. See, that's 15,000. That's 0, but you don't get a discount. You're paying for that version, so yay. But 37,500 litres. Well done. Oh, design standard capacity extension. Oh, that's got 15,000 there. Ah, and that's 0. You can drop it down to 18,000. But it comes with that setup. But as I said, that would make a good forage cart for the forage wagon. And then there's the active sensor, which I'm not planning on getting, although that's good. That's half price. But anyway, nothing there. So check contracts. As I said, don't think there's going to be too much in the way of contracts. Still just the weeding contract. Step back. We'll sleep again. This should put us on April 4. Oh, rain. That's alright. We're not doing any work. We have no work that needs to get done until next month. And then it all goes crazy. So April 4. Another great demand. Still only weeding. The Valtra A is the first thing on the list. That's where we got up to. There's a 41-foot one of those. There's a Case Steiger. Yeah. There's a big, small thing. Glenleathann. Wrapper again. Front unit for a saddle track. Feeder. Oh, one of those again. Pottinger Cedar with 6 meters. One of those. A bucket. That thing. Oh, that thing that goes on the back of that thing. And a mower. Yes, a mower for a forage harvester. I'm not doing mowing with the forage harvester. I could, but that's a very narrow. Is that a pickup? That's just a pickup. That's not a mower. That's just pick up the windrow. That's the thing that Tom Bimberden uses when he has the forage harvester in. So he cuts with the mower, he rows, and then that gets fed through the thing, the forage harvester. Anyway, that's April 4. we're still not looking at anything decent on our fields. That needs rolled. I don't have a roller, we're probably not getting one anytime soon. Unless one comes up in store sales, then we're not getting one. So let's leap till May. It is May, isn't it? Yes. Sleep till May, see what comes up. I'm expecting the grass fields to be ready to harvest. Rain. Ground is going to be damp. So if we select grass, yes. So now these grass fields are ready to harvest. That's good. Turn that off. Crop calendar should say we can plant corn. So we have to harvest and plant. Sorry. This field here as quickly as, well, we've got the entire month. Okay. So we've got 4 days. We need to cut this and get it stuck in the silo. This one, this one, this one. I could plant this one with corn any time that I've got a free tractor. I'm not going to have a free tractor that's capable of doing that. Contracts, we have a fertilizing contract, a bunch of sowing contracts, a spraying contract, that'll be spraying for weeds. Those sowing contracts, those sowing contracts are vanishing. Okay, accept, and they're gone. And then a lot of weeding contracts. So I did say lazy farmers are activated, sowing is activated. If active, NPC farmers performing sowing work more rarely and offer it as contracts instead. But they chew them up. We just saw it. Similar with ploughing and cultivating. Fertilizing stays there for pretty much forever. So I've activated that so that they don't turn it over quickly. And the weeding contracts I've also activated. Harvesting I haven't. If active, farmers do not harvest at all. It would be nice if I could say, off, active, partially active, where they will harvest eventually, but not all the time. So that's a little bit annoying because we ended up with 2 sowing contracts because I just couldn't pick them fast enough. I'm not going to do them now. So we can go back to there again. We need to get the voucher linked to or connected to the mower. We'll check what's going on here. That's where we got up to. There's a Fendt 300 farmer. 115 to 140 horse. Yeah. I added it because it's a nice sized tractor. It's kind of not really the tractor I want. This one, however, 183 horsepower, 71,000. I'm going to take a closer look at what that one's running. That's running at 156. 183 is the maximum. 156. That's better than the little orange tractor we have. Configuration standard or warrior? We go with the standard, I think. Front loader. Oh, that is so tempting. We've got another one of those come around. Add Valtra T, which is smaller than the Q. That's kind of an option. Water tank, no. Roller. I was saying we didn't have a roller. That's a grass roller. It's a grass roller, which means you roll it on the grass fields. It has no functional benefit on when you've got precision farming running. Hook lift trailer with 22,000. Semi trailer, quickie 3M, that's small. What's a thing? Oh, sunflower header. I am sorely tempted to swap out the Kubota for that. Might need a little bit of money, but it has a, if we push it up to horsepower, it's got a lot of hours on it though. Sorry, let's go back. It's got 15 hours on it and 16 months. See, this is 141 horsepower. It has the front loader attacher. But this one we could push up to 183. It'll give me more horsepower. I can run things like windrowers and what have you. And at 180 horsepower, there may be some other equipment we have. Things like the plough, it could at a stretch run. The cultivator, no chance. The seeder, no chance. But some of this other stuff, it's much more capable of running. It's way down on the sales list, so I'll give it a little while. But I will think about it, and I may swap the Kubota for it. As I said, they're a similar age, but it's got a little bit more horsepower, and that's the thing I'm lacking at the moment. I would like something up over 200 towards 250, but I think we can wait until May, June for that. Okay, before we go anywhere, conditioner switch on. Okay, that was one of the things they changed. The text on the conditioner is supposedly a little clearer. I think switch on means that it's on, so we're cutting conditioned grass, as opposed to, well, let's do the small field first, because I don't mind screwing this one up quite so much as I mind screwing the big ones up. Okay, we'll unfold that and switch the driving direction. Oh yeah. Okay, the mower is the thing that is low maintenance. That's fine. Let's turn that there. Lower the mower. Turn it on and go backwards. Okay. Okay, the horrible green colour is grass, wet grass. We are now doing conditioned grass. So if we look at the help text, it says conditioner switch off. So that's telling you what that button does. It's going to switch off the conditioner. So now, and that kind of makes sense because the default is it's off. But for now, what that now means is that we can leave the game, and when we come back, this mower will be in exactly the same condition as it was when we exited. And that's a thing that the farming agency added in this situation, was to save the what state the mower was last left at. And the number of times I have come out, got in the mower, started mowing, done a strip of wet grass, And then I've had to, I've got a piece of grass I can't pick up because it wasn't conditioned. Ooh. Actually, there's something else I want to check. Our forage wagon is 150. The Kubota can't pull that. That Deutz 6 can. And that might be the big selling decision there, because it allows me to put this off on a worker, mow the fields while I'm collecting with the Deutz. Now, of course, the other question is, do I keep the Kubota anyway, or do I sell it in order to fund the purchase of the Deutz? And I'm still going to need a loan to do that. But I'm going to need a loan to buy the planter, so that's also a thing. Still having problems with the gear shift here. Steering is not a problem because steering is reversed with the rear steering wheel. You turn left and it turns right. But the gear shift is definitely still, what's the word for it? Still relative to the general direction of the tractor, so we are driving in reverse at the moment. And it doesn't, you know, it kind of doesn't feel right. Anyway, this is all good. And as I said, wow, we are getting quite some yield here. This is, if you look at the colour, the yield map on the bottom left, this is way darker than the last cut we did here. I mean, obviously the yellow bit is worse soil, but that's still going to a very pale green from yellow. So again, we're definitely getting improved yield at this point. That probably has something to do, I think we limed all the fields and we fertilized all the fields. So this is the best it can be. Now, obviously, over the course of the year, it's gonna chew through the pH. Fertilizer, not so much for grass, but still, we can see a marked difference here. This is going to be really good. Anyway, let's lower that. There you can see the fresh grass that I didn't pick up last year. That I couldn't ted either because of bugs. Sounds like the kids have got bored with watching TV. Well, at least the younger boy has got bored with watching TV, and I'm guessing the teenager is also bored with watching TV, because when the kids are here we watch young kid shows. She doesn't want to watch young kid shows. Last week she was trying to persuade a 6-year-old that what he really wanted to do was watch Duck Dynasty. He really doesn't. Truth is, she wants to watch Duck Dynasty. And still, the trees at that end of the field are still a problem. Like I said, I need to chop them down, but I need to have a reasonable way of dealing with them, I think. I mean, I could just buy a chainsaw and then just chop them up into bits. I don't have the wood chip chainsaw mod. There's a mod you can load, which when you chop down a tree, it creates wood chips on the ground, and when you clean off the branches, it creates wood chips on the ground. I don't have that loaded, but the problem I see is the value of wood chips is so low that really I'm not looking at spending 150,000 on a wood chipper so I can chip half a dozen trees. Now, if I was doing a forestry playthrough where we buy a forest and we start chopping things up, one, I'm more likely to have long straight spruce or fir trees that I can, or pine trees I can just chop for logs because they make loads of money. But I could spare a wood chipper as well. But since we're kind of an amateur operation, those trees are really not long straight trunks that we can take down to the sawmill. They're short, stubby, multiple limbed, deciduous trees that just kind of don't make you much money either way. Although that said, I did watch someone who did how much money do trees make, and the result of that test was the best tree for money is oak, but it really sucks because you lose a lot of weight of tree when you chop down an oak. And I think he did it, he used the containers, and you would need a container sell point for wood on the map in order to do that. I don't think this map has one. Anyway, first field is cut. So we'll spin the chair round. Fold up, fold, left, fold. Slide the wheel out the way, turn the chair around. And we have places to go and people to see, or something. Oh, well, the Oxbow pack came out this week as well, I do believe. And I haven't looked at that either. Suppose we could take a quick gander over at that. We're at 10:56 playtime. So as I said, this is the next field we must do this one as soon as possible. Not going to be able to plant it with any of the equipment we have. If I bought the